Welcome to Digital Champions. I'm your host, David Benfield, and we get an opportunity on this show to speak to digital marketing experts from around the country to help make you a better marketer yourself. So, joining me all the way from Troy, Michigan is my man, Faris Alami. How you doing today, Faris?
I'm fine. How are you, David?
I am very well. Thanks for joining us this morning and taking some time with us. So, you have a company that's called International Strategic Man, correct?
Management. Yep, you got it.
All right, so let's go ahead. So talk to me about that. Give us the insight. First of all, what does your company do? And then secondly, give me a little bit of an origin story. Like, how did you guys come to be?
Oh, sure. So, well, thank you first of all for having us, David. Much appreciated. And, thank you for the question. So International Strategic Management, we do entrepreneurship and small business development, focus on underserved, underrepresented, or minority group communities. So usually supporting an organization launch, I'm going to call it entrepreneurship activity in that local community. So we usually work in partnership with many organizations that work in their local communities. So that's on a high level. So we could think about entrepreneurship training, mentorship, funding, things of that nature, incubation, acceleration, things of that nature. We usually support the launch of those initiatives.
So
it was really
exactly, yeah. No. I was just going to say. So, how did you guys come to be with getting into mentorship and things of that nature? So, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go right ahead.
No, you're fine. So initially, it was really me volunteering in different places, and as I was volunteering, one thing led to another. Someone asking if we could look at a program and give feedback, and then the next person asking if we could help them redesign a program. The next thing you know, I'm doing entrepreneurship programming all over the place. And I think we counted almost 100 countries that we've touched over the last 20 some years of doing it.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Well, you're very kind. I mean, it's really lucky, and I think part of it is we do good work, so they keep inviting us to do more.
So talk to me about some of the challenges with mentoring folks from so many countries and all over the world. I'm sure there's got to be a lot of cultures and a lot of like language barrier, things like that. So how do you folks achieve success through all that adversity?
Thank you, David. It's a great question. I agree. Culture, and as you know, people have always said culture will, although I don't agree with the sentence, eat strategy any day. Culture is much stronger than any strategy you could come up with. So understanding how people think and behave in their specific environment is very powerful. And we achieve it really by focusing on having a local partner engaged with a conversation. We don't go doing this alone. We do it in partnerships with organizations. And the organizations locally usually feed us great insights about what's happening and what's going on. And then as we deploy a program, we might be able to adjust and modify, wordings, behavior. When do we say something? How do we say it? All those little details that a lot of times people think it's not a big deal, and also actually the only deal that we have is the details that we work on. Having the big building is not a big deal. Having the little, glue that keeps those swags together is what we work with, and to make sure that our messages are being communicated to the participants in a way that is meaningful for them to be able to deploy in their community.
Excellent. So let's talk about future challenges, right? Like as things continue to change, because we know that the digital landscape is forever evolving and it's like moving at light speed. So how are you guys preparing for the future, and what kind of trends do you see and like as you prepare?
Yeah, thank you, David. Great question. And you already know some of this stuff, I'm sure. We're going to live on this, on the cloud for a long time. Been here before, but I think COVID definitely pushed it a little bit further. If you recall, 2019, 2020, 2018, if you ask someone, let's have a Zoom call, they looked at you like, let's have a video call. They looked at you like, why would we do that? Just show up, come talk to me. And now it's almost like the opposite. If you tell someone, let's go have a meeting, they're like, well, can we just do a quick video call? So it really has shifted, because given access to people that you would never had access to before without you being physically there. So that's one thing that obviously changed a lot. The other thing is huge opportunity for marketing automation, as you know. So scheduling things, so therefore you're not actually having to send that post. You could have a different tools. There are lots of tools out there. I don't want to endorse one or another,
Mhm.
like marketing automation tools to where you could schedule your posts, whether for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And as you know, even for videos, we have done multiple videos where we do the video and then a week later we'll broadcast it, and we'll say this is re-airing. So therefore, we're not tricking anyone. Uh, the only beautiful thing about it is you could clean it up, schedule it, and then it would just go on air in a specific time. So these things are really powerful tools that I think are a huge opportunity for marketers out there today to leverage and really make things better. And as you know, David, this has been going on for a while, but I really believe this last 2 to 3 years, if you counted 2019 October, it really has shifted a lot of the conversations to be more realistic about deploying such programs and such.
Yeah, the scheduling tool has been incredibly effective, especially like in other endeavors that I've had. Being able to schedule things out sometimes like a month in advance really takes the pressure off of it. Like when social media and those kind of things were first starting to, come about, I remember just scrambling every day trying to keep up. Like, oh, I got to make a post today. Oh, I got to make a post now. Oh, I got to make a post tomorrow. And it's like, no, man, you can just schedule all this stuff. You can spend one day, like, to schedule out 50 deals and your month is good to go and no one's the wiser. So thank you so much for joining us today, Faris. I really appreciate you spending your morning with us. It's been a very insightful conversation.
Thank you, David. And I also people, just because you schedule doesn't mean that you can't post again.
That's
you
true.
Still post new things here and there. It's just now at least you know that there is a post that's going to go out in a certain time. And as
Exactly.
In your business, some of them might make sense to post every day. Some of them might make sense to post once a week. Just you have to know your customers and understand what you're doing. Thank
That's
you
true.
for having me, David. Really appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thanks very much and enjoy the rest of your morning. So if you'd like to learn more about international strategic management, you can head to dailyadbrief.com. There you're going to find all kinds of great tools to help make you a better digital marketer yourself. That's going to do it for us today on Digital Champions. I'm David Benfield. You have a great day.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.